First time I ever went sailing, I haven't done a ton of sailing in my life, but my neighbor invited me on a sailboat back when I was about 13, and we kind of putter out of the little bit, the harbor there, and we're kind of going out in the body of water, and he says, hey, do you want to steer? I said, yeah, let's do this. So old school kind of rudder type deal, like we're sailing, and after about 15 minutes, he comes back and he says, you realize you've done a complete U-turn. I said, no, I haven't. He said, yeah, you have. He said, look ahead. And I looked up and I was going back to the harbor. He said, did you mean to? I said, no. He said, do you know what happened? I said, no. He said, you need to learn one thing, and that is when you're steering on a boat, because the waves end up pushing you without you knowing about it, you got to get your eye on something that's fixed, that won't move. So he said, I want to turn this thing around, and you see that like little tower way over there on the other side of the lake? He said, yeah. He said, keep the point of the boat at that tower and we'll get to where we want to go. And all of a sudden now I became completely aware of the wave pushing me this way and pushing me that way. And it would push me this way and I would compensate and get back over there, and push me this way and I'd compensate and get back over there. And then he came back and he said, what have you learned? I said, yeah, I've learned that oftentimes it's easy to lose your perspective when you're not focused on something that's fixed.